Crunchy on the bottom, chewy on top.
Roman-style pizza Bianca, cooked in an Ooni Pro
for that unbeatable salty, creamy crunch.
Flammkuchen, tart flambe, flame cake. This thin, crispy, and salty delight is a delicious pizza style that originates from the French-German border, given its wood-fired cooking technique. All names translate to pie baked in flames. The thin, oval-shaped pizza is made from unleavened dough and topped with creme fraiche, onions, and lardons. Farmers from Alsace and Baden originally used the dish to test the heat of their wood-fired bread ovens. Each week when baking their bread, they'd push the embers aside and test the heat by pushing the Flammkuchen into the center of the oven. The heat would scorch the edges and the toppings of the flame cake, cooking it in a minute or two. This thin and crispy pizza is super easy to create in Ooni and utterly delicious. Let's see how Slicemonger takes it on.
Today we're going to be making Flammkuchen, otherwise known as tarte flambe or flame cake, and I'm going to show you how to make it in Ooni pizza ovens. So let's get started. Shape the dough into a ball, cover, and leave to rise for 30 minutes. Fry the lardons and onions in a pan. In a bowl, mix the creme fraiche, nutmeg, pinch of salt, and ground pepper. Next, fire up your Ooni pizza oven. Begin rolling the dough into a thin oval shape. Top the base with 2 or 3 heaped tablespoons of the creme fraiche mix. Top with cooked onions, lardons, and another sprinkle of salt and pepper. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes, making sure to turn the Flammkuchen regularly. Once the edges are crispy and golden brown, remove the Flammkuchen from the oven. Slice and serve right away for the unbeatable salty, creamy crunch.
New York style is hand-tossed thin crust pizza that has fairly traditional toppings. New York style is derived from Neapolitan style, brought by the Italian immigrants to New York in the early 1900s. Today, it is the favorite slice of New York folk, sold by the slice and easily folded. It is an iconic part of New York life, although it's spread across the world. New York style is said to originate from Gennaro Lombardi in 1905. The tradition of buying by the slice is said to come from a grocery store in 1987, owned by an immigrant pizzaolo from Napoli. Many people couldn't afford a whole pizza, so they started selling by the slice. New York style is around double the size of Neapolitan-style pizzas. Much like Neapolitan style, the New York water is said to have a huge influence on the dough, with many out-of-state pizzaoli importing New York water to create an authentic dough. New York pizza is so ingrained into New York life that there's something called the pizza principle. Since the early 1960s, the principle of a slice of pizza has matched the cost of a New York subway ride. Our friend Weekend Warrior gave New York style a spin in his Ooni Pro.
This is Caputo 00 Americana, and what I'm gonna add to that is Caputo Semolina. This is diastatic malt. This is just gonna help it get even a little bit darker. Speaking of the yeast, I'm gonna add this to cold water. We wanna let this dissolve for about 10 minutes. Right about now, I'm gonna dump in my salt. So as this gets closer to forming into a dough ball, I'm gonna add my oil, and we're gonna finish it off on the table. Knead this probably for about 4 minutes. I'm gonna put this in a bowl and cover it tightly and let it sit for about an hour. And folding them in, we want a real nice tight ball. And this is gonna go in the refrigerator for 24 hours up to 72 hours. These are San Marzano tomatoes, low moisture mozzarella cheese, some Parmesan Reggiano. Let's get it in the Ooni Pro. I wanna get this up to between 500 and 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Every 60 seconds, I'm gonna give it a quarter turn, about 8 minutes total. Let's give it that fold test. I love it. Crunchy on the bottom, chewy on top. God, I love this.
Rome has 2 styles of pizza, pizza al taglio and pizza tanda. Pizza al taglio is a focaccia-like base, sold by the slice and charged by weight, while pizza tanda is a round pizza with a super thin, crisp base. Al taglio was born in the 1950s. Bakers were baking pizza in rectangular trays and electric ovens and topping with sauce. However, the pizza was quite heavy, so they increased the hydration of the dough, which made it lighter and much easier to digest. Today, al taglio is found all over the world, but its true home is in Rome. It is an integral part of the Roman street food, and there are many hotspots around the city to enjoy pizza by the slice. The world-renowned Pizzarium is a metro ride away from the center of Rome. but has become a destination for those wishing to experience carefully selected seasonal toppings. Try the mortadella and chickpea. It's quite incredible. Christian, inspired by his trip to Rome, shows how to make pizza Bianca.
Classic Roman pizza features a crust that is thicker than Neapolitan but much thinner than, say, Detroit-style pizza. This recipe is inspired by the traditional pizza Bianca that you can bake in your own Ooni pizza oven. At least 2 hours before you're ready to cook, remove the dough from the fridge and allow it to come to room temperature. Place your fingers under the dough and pull towards the edge of the pan. Leave for 30 minutes to relax. Cover with a damp towel again. Repeat the stretching process and leave to relax for a further 30 minutes, again covered with a wet towel. Press your fingers firmly into the dough to create dimples, then top with extra virgin olive oil and salt. Bring the heat of the oven down by reducing the fire to a low flame. Cook the pizza for 6 minutes or until top of the pizza is golden. And here we go, Roman style pizza Bianca cooked in an Ooni Pro. Just season it with a little bit more salt if you feel like it, cut and serve straight away.